Nee,
kijk.
dat begrijp ik. Ik voel iets.
We're doing a mantra.
Hij staat al
Zoiets.
klaar.
Hij staat klaar.
Ik wilde nog een mooie aankondiging
Where am I
doen.
sitting?
We have to do it over.
I wanted to introduce you, but that's okay. Come
It's
sit
like
with
a
us.
big star, you
Dit is
know.
namelijk het moment waar ik niet alleen vandaag, maar al een week lang zenuwachtig voor ben. Derek Ogilvie is namelijk bij ons vandaag de gast en hij praat dus met geesten. Hij jaagt ze ook weg en hij praat met baby's. Als je echt onder een steen hebt geleefd en je weet niet wie deze man is, dan moet je eventjes kijken naar hoe zijn programma eraan toe gaat.
Alright, I just need you to pull back, Max. You're too powerful for me, if that's okay. Too powerful for me. Okay, now don't worry if I go very quiet for some time. I'm just looking at you. There's lots. Okay? Okay. And who are you? Did you start a diary and only... I'm not sure why I'm here, but I'm going to tell you there's a lady here wanting to connect with you, and she's in the stairway, and she was halfway up the stairs when... Now, I really need the camera crew to really get out my way. It's okay if I can film this?
Ja, en nu zit hij bij ons op de bank. Dames en heren, mag ik een groot applaus voor Derek Ogilvie.
How are you?
It's such an honor to have you here. I'm very curious.
It's wonderful being here.
Yeah?
Because I watched the show, and unfortunately, I don't speak Dutch, so I just sort of watch it and sort of try to understand what's going on. So
We're not
thank
gonna
you
make
so
fun of
much
you.
for speaking English.
We're not going to make fun of you.
No, we won't.
That's okay.
But you're really real multi-talent because you were playing the piano.
Well, I actually, when I was a young guy, I played the accordion.
Oh, wow.
And I was I'm from Scotland, and I was the West of Scotland accordion champion when I was 12.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, sounds a bit boring, doesn't it? But
no,
so
it's not boring, but
sometimes in Scotland, especially at New Year, you know, when we go from one year to the next, we have parties. We have a lot of parties, and everyone gets very, very drunk.
Nice.
And
I
always get my accordion out, and I do Scottish traditional songs and a little bit of singing.
Maybe we could do that some other show. Just come and play.
Well,
then we can make a music video and just play it on TMF.
You may see me on TV very, very soon, singing and playing the accordion, but that's all I can tell you about.
Oh, you're making us curious.
We got a scoop.
Okay, we're going to talk about you because, Derek, you're a professional medium and baby telepathist for like quite a long time now, but you always knew you were different from other people.
Yeah, I knew.
When did you find out?
I knew from about the age of 9. We lived in as I say, Scotland.
Yeah.
And our next door neighbour passed away. Is everyone okay? Good?
Yeah. I'm just showing my bra.
I did notice it, don't worry. So our next door neighbour passed away, and his spirit used to come and visit me, but I kept it very, very quiet because I'm very conscious, and you'll probably notice from my TV show on RTL that I like very, very strong validations, and credibility is very important to me. So the problem with the spirit who came to visit was he never ever spoke to me, so I couldn't go to my mum and dad and say...
You couldn't?
Well, I couldn't say to them, I couldn't prove to them there was someone there, and I like proof.
How did you know it was the spirit of your neighbour?
Because I could see him, I could feel him in the room, and a lot of people say to me, what's it like?
Yeah.
What's it like to see dead people? Well, there's a movie called that Arnold Schwarzenegger did called Predator. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Yeah.
And they're in the jungle, and it's like the outline, the energy outline of a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that's what it's like for me. I can feel the energy of a presence in a room, but in my head, that's where I get the clarity. That's where I can sense if it's a man or a woman, what age they are, and details about them, maybe what they're wearing, or if they've got a scar on their head, or they've got a finger missing. That sort of detail comes through. And as I said, you know, credibility is very, very important. And when I was growing up, there was one rule in our house, and it was my father's rule, and it was never to lie. So I'm always conscious about giving detail so people trust that I'm speaking the truth and that they have a loved one watching over them, because many people come to me and say, who's watching over me and who's watching over me, and it might be a grandmother, it might be their mum, their dad who's passed away, it might be a brother or a sister that they've got who's like their guardian angel. And I'm sure a lot of people watching the show today will be very curious about when they wonder who's watching over them. The thing is that a spirit, your loved one, is never with you all the time. It's impossible because it's so much energy for them to come through. So your grandmother, your grandfather, for instance, may pop in and out of your life, but not particularly at the time that you would want them to be there, at a time that they know they have to be watching over you. So maybe you're going through a difficult time, like maybe you've got exams, or you've got problems with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and you're feeling really down and lonely. That's the times that your grandparents or the spirits who are watching over you will be there for you.
Okay, but wasn't it hard for you to, at a young age, not be able to talk to your parents or with someone?
Well, when I was growing up, when I'm 43, so I'm a lot older than many of the people who are watching the show today, and when I was growing up in the 70s, I was very conscious of my friends laughing at me and very conscious of people believing in me. So I wanted to, you know, I didn't want to be laughed at. So I kept it quite quiet because, as I say, credibility is very, very important. Whereas now, as you see my show on TV, millions of people are watching the show, so it's more acceptable. So lots of young people are coming to me. I'm on tour at the moment, and many young people are coming to the show, and they come backstage afterwards, and they say to me, look, I'm 12 and I see dead people, what should I do? And I say, well, look, just be positive about it. Don't be scared about it. This isn't Hollywood. This is Holland.
But weren't you scared when you were young? Because
I wasn't scared. It was unknown for me. But spirits don't turn up to scare you. They turn up to want to connect with you, to give you messages, to let you know they're okay, or asking you for help.
Really?
Yeah, because obviously, if say someone has passed away before they've managed to give information. Say, for instance, I had a friend, and he passed away. He died in a car accident when he was 16. So obviously, in his life, there was things that he didn't get a chance to finish off. Maybe he didn't get an opportunity to say that to his dad that he loved him. Things that we overlook, right? So therefore, when I speak to him, when he comes to me, he lets me know that I have to tell his dad that, you know, he loves him and he's watching over him, and that please let his dad know that he's there for him.
Okay. We have a question from a webcammer.
Okay. All this technology.
Ik kan het niet lezen. Een geest.
Is er een geest bij
jullie?
So can you tell me what that means?
Well,
Is er nu een geest bij?
Is er nu een geest bij jullie?
Is there a ghost here right
now? A spirit?
Well, I'll be honest. I was in getting makeup, and a couple of the girls, your production team, were in, and they had each girl had a spirit with them. Now the information wasn't fantastic. You know, I could say who it was, and I could give them, you know, some detail. One of the girls, who will remain nameless, had been having problems in her tummy, and she'd been in hospital 2 years ago. And another girl was having problems with her back. I'll be honest, when I've been in the studio today, and I'm not particularly keen on doing a reading because I have to go into a particular frame of reference. But Sarah, I've got to be honest, there's a gentleman with you, and even though I joked earlier on about Veronica having a dead guy standing behind her, he was actually with you. Now the thing is, it's all very well me saying that to you, right?
It's okay, yeah.
But for me to be able to give you a reading, I have to go into mode, I have to focus, and it's not the best conditions for you because you want to interview me. Because you'll notice in the TV show, you see me live on stage and you see me visiting people's homes. It's edited. When I go to someone's home, I can be there for 2 or 3 hours.